Y'all, this is Amplify Daily number 38. Number 38 for 2024. Oh my goodness, it is getting ready to get good tonight. So listen, what we're going to be covering is I'm going to give you an overview of what's going to happen over the next probably week, maybe even two. But man, I hope y'all are, if you're not on this list, I guess if you're not seeing this live, that means that you are not on this list and you got to watch this backwards, right? You got to watch this in past tense. And let me explain what I'm getting ready to walk y'all through live over the next week, maybe even two. I'm not sure how much I'm going to show. But basically, I've got not one, not two, but three separate program launches that are coming up over the next month or so that are all going to be starting inside of the next few days to week. And one of them is a launch of my program. The second one is a launch of a partner program. The third is a launch of a client program. They're all online education programs. One is mine, which is for experts who are looking to launch a program. The second one is for people who are looking to make money in the YouTube space as an affiliate and also from ad revenue from publishing viral videos and learning how to do that, right? And the third one is a client of mine who's got a program that specifically helps people to get out of student loan debt. So all three of those are going to be launching. And for all three of those, I'm going to be deploying my entire sales site. So, like, if you've been following me at all, you probably know I've got a pretty deep dive architecture for experts who are looking to make money online. And there's four things that you got to cover. If you're an expert and you're looking to make money online and have it be like an automated process that does not take up a bunch of time, that does not create a second job for yourself, you need to have audience building. You have to have structure for that. So publishing content and developing an audience online across your social channels that is following you and engaged around you as an expert authority in a topic. And you want to be able to do that without all of my frameworks are designed for people who are like me, like reluctant experts who are head down doing work, know they need to build a brand online, but just don't want to take the time to do that. Not trying to be all over social media all like that. Um, but you know you need to and never get around to it. So all of my frameworks are designed for people to be able to take very little time, like a few hours per month, and be able to get out hundreds of pieces of social media content to take a few hours per month and have your entire marketing and sales, everything be automated and looking good. So that's what I've been building for the last 4 years. And at this point, it's like a little machine. In 2024, I'm leaning into more launch partnerships and things like that, where I drop my framework on experts, on different people's like information businesses to move them forward quickly. And I partner with them on that. So my team serves as like their full design development team, all the operations, all the infrastructure, all the offer structuring, the pricing, the marketing, the sales, the narratives, like literally everything. All they got to do is show up and be the expert and continue to be the talent online, in front of rooms, on stage, the stuff they do in their day-to-day life, but that they've they haven't figured out how to transition into the online space and make good money there. And they're already really comfortable making money, trading hours for dollars, but they want to scale their income online. And so that's what my team is coming in. I'm going to take y'all behind the scenes on all three of these launches and show y'all exactly how the sausage is made. Now, it's one thing, a lot of people will show you like after the sausage is made, they'll show you the process in reverse, like to make sure they were successful, basically. But that's not where you learn. Like you learn watching in real time. And for me, I'm extraordinarily confident showing you the sausage, how the sausage is made while I'm making the sausage, because I know that it's a foregone conclusion. If you follow certain steps, that you are very likely to get certain outcomes. And if you don't, like that's part of the process too. You don't hit a home run every time. Sometimes it's a double, sometimes it's a single, sometimes you even strike out. But the process is the process. And when you follow the same process every time, then you've got a control. And when you test new things, you can introduce variables and find out what you need to continue next time and take away next time. And that's how you learn. So it's not about whether or not like the thing does multiple five figures or six figures on the launch, or if we only make 5 grand or 10 grand. It's really about following a set and defined process that allows you to move through launches seamlessly and do it again and again and again until you tighten everything up, and it does become uh, like a machine. So let me walk y'all through what the baseline framework is going to look like as we go through these launches. And again, I'm gonna take y'all through all three of them in real time as we're going through this process, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So the basic process that we're going to follow, my kind of launch process when I'm launching a program that, for the most part, is already an existing program. It looks a little bit different if I'm launching a program that has not been that's not been put together yet. Then I would do a slightly different structure. I'll show you that a different time. But for a program that is already done, like Brenton Harrison is the client who I'm going to be showing you as we launch his student loan program. It's called Escape Student Loan Debt. He already is an existing client. He's been through several of my programs. Brenton has spent probably well over 50 grand with me, made that back multiple times over. You'll hear from him because we'll probably do an interview at some point. But Brenton's program, Escape Student Loan Debt, he basically, after the pandemic, a lot of the rules around student loan stuff have changed. And so he has reshot that program. He's going to relaunch it. And so I'm gonna. He bought one of my custom sales site templates, and the only reason I sold it to him, I don't sell these to the public. It's only for people who are clients or partners that I make that available to. But since he did, then I'm just gonna move him through one of my launches, and y'all get to see that live. So you'll get to see his, but he's got an existing product. Mine is I've got deep dive frameworks around audience building, list building, warm network launch, as well as sales marketing and sales automation. And so the launch in a day program launch that I'm launching is actually for a half day live intensive. I also teach this as a 90-minute masterclass that I can do live or pre-recorded, and it still is super high value. But this is going to be a half day intensive that's going to take place in Chicago, and so I'm launching that, but I'm using my same normal program launch infrastructure for that one. And the last one is a program that is called YouTube Cash Course, and that's a partner project with a woman named Whitney Bonds, who I work with in Mindsets Money. She's an affiliate for our Property Preservation Mastery program. Have made lots of money with Whitney, and she's an amazing resource. She's an SEO expert. She's a YouTube expert for viral videos, affiliate traffic, ad revenue. So that's a program that we're putting together to take her expertise in doing YouTube videos that generate money. She's made over 300 grand on YouTube videos in the last year, and codifying that into a program. So even though that is not a program that she's launched before, Whitney is like way more comfortable with things that are like well documented. She doesn't she's her preference is not to do like several different workshops to then develop an audience to then eventually sell. When I'm doing my normal framework for people who haven't launched a program yet, there is like a layered launch process where you warm up your audience with some workshops and some master classes, and then like you gradually level them up over about a 30-day time frame to spend a little bit more time, a little bit more money, a little bit more time, a little bit more money. By the time you get to the full launch, you've already pre-sold your course, and you've got a warm network who's been following you on social media, and they're excited about this thing that you're launching. But Whitney prefers to just go ahead and rip the band-aid off and get it done. And also, she does well when she's engaging directly with an audience. She's a really she's a person who really cares about her audience deeply, and she's much more comfortable when she's like engaging with folks who really care about the stuff and getting an opportunity to hear what they have to say. So I I decided to have hers be a live event too. We're going to bring her to Chicago and do a half day intensive. So both her and mine are going to be launching half day intensives. Mine is called Launching a Day Live. Hers is called YouTube Cash Course Live. And that's a partner project that I'm on. And you will see my sales site be deployed on all three of these. And you'll also see how, with the branding, the narrative, look and feel, it's going to look different, but look aligned. And all of these are like mobile responses. So y'all are going to really get to see behind the scenes. I may even show y'all some of the stuff as we go through the process for like how I communicate with my team and have them like spin up stuff very quickly, 24 hours. I've got a full-time design and development team. They are in the Philippines. And so like I manage my entire business on my cell phone. I can be anywhere in the country and literally I've got things down to a science with how I communicate with them, what our threads look like in Asana and Slack, to be able to get work done very quickly, and literally only takes me, a few minutes per day to tell them what they need to do, and they are off to the races and they get stuff done. So, what the structure of the launch is going to look like, I call it a sandbox launch anytime I am launching a brand new program for the first time. Okay, that's a sandbox launch, and publicly, I should say. And there's a handful of stages. Stage one is for this kind of program where, excuse me, it's a framework that exists that we're launching. Stage one is the private sandbox launch to a Facebook group. And so I use what I call an alert list. I'm going to show y'all what the alert list looks like. So for launching a day, and if y'all happen to go to this, like I haven't released the site publicly yet, so even though the site's up, there's still some tweaks that I'm making to it. Y'all may have seen that on a video or two, but if you go through this, it'll look like it's done, but there's still stuff with forms and stuff that I haven't updated. So this is what I call an alert list. The sole purpose of this page is to give people enough of a narrative to say, if they're the right person, to say, yeah, I think I want to know more about this. Like, I'd like to be alerted when this particular event goes live. That's what the alert list is for. So, a quick video here, a little bit of narrative, enough to have them join in. And when they go to this page, it gives them a little bit of detail. It's not meant to be a form that takes no energy and no thought, like where you just get the name and email, which is what most people do. I don't do that. I want you to stop and read and make sure you're the right person. So for people who look at this, I want the first line is, are you an expert? Coach, trainer, speaker, consultant? Do you have an existing consulting framework or signature talk? Are you ready to turn your expertise into passive income in 24 hours flat? That's enough for somebody to say, that's me. I want that. And yeah, this is low commitment. I'd like to be added to the list. So boom. And that's all it takes. So that's enough. I'll get their actual information on the next page, but when they want to register for the event. But this is enough. This is what I call the alert list page. And again, this is just to get them on my list so I can now market to them for the remainder of the days of the campaign and have them see success story after success story after success story of myself, of my clients, in the context of whatever it is that I'm going to be launching them. For me, it'll be I got about 11 or 12 stories of people who I've walked them through launches, and they've done multi 5 to 6 figure launches in 2 to 3 weeks of their programs. These are people who are attorneys, who are financial planners. These are people who are experts in real estate, in finance. It literally doesn't matter. And so through my stories, I'll be able to show people that whether you're launching a curriculum that you plan to sell B2B to like universities and school districts, or community programs, you're looking to sell to community organizations, nonprofits. If you're looking to sell programs online, like it literally doesn't matter. My program is my program, and people build programs that they're able to make multi 5, 6 figures, in different cases 7 figures, depending on how serious they are, building that course and selling that course to their avatar, primarily online. But if you're doing it offline too, it still works because the courses end up being amazing. So that's what my stories will tell. during the process where I'm in pre-launch. So they get on the alert list, and excuse me, that alert list gets them qualified. They then, in the case of when we're doing an alert list like Whitney, they'll then go to a Facebook group and be cultivated inside that Facebook group for 10 to 12 days, where we're showing stories of how it's going or how it's gone for her and her clients in making money on YouTube. Every single day there'll be a live video in the Facebook group, as well as a email that goes out citing the fact that like with a link to that live video. It won't be live when they get the email link, with a link to that video on YouTube unlisted, that allows them to see that quick story, 3 to 4 minutes, and lets them know that a big announcement and invitation is coming up inside of the next 7 to 10 days in that Facebook group. It's only going to be there. It's going to be on this date and time. And if you miss it, you missed it. There will be no replays, no do-overs. And so you hit them over the head every single day with like all of the social proof that says, if you want to make money online on YouTube, this is me. This is $1,000 last month. Here's another affiliate. Here's 5,000 last month. Here's another one. Here's 3,000 last month. So like money, 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 evidence, 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 evidence. So by the time you get to day 4 or 5, you're like, man, I need to be in this group. I'm not sure what she's launching, but I need to be in it. So that's the alert list for pushing people to a Facebook group to do a launch. My alert list is just to gather people inside of mine on my list, and I send them directly to my story page, where I then have them to apply for the event. Now, depending on how quickly I gather the rest of the interviews that I'm doing with my past clients, I may actually end up, and depending on their availability too, I may end up doing the Facebook group and having like daily interviews live with my clients that I've done this process with on Zoom, and just broadcasting that live stream from Zoom directly into the Facebook group. So that's just that depends on just what I decide over the next couple of days. I keep it fluid, and it's based on schedules. It's based on how I'm feeling. I've got a lot of different ways I can do launches, but at the end of the day, I choose which one I'm going to do based on my gut and based on like what my energy is feeling at that time. But here's the good thing: when you do great work, you have people who are willing and ready to step up. So a lot of people use testimonials inside of their launch process. My preference is to use client interviews, because it's different when you have somebody on camera and they are saying what they're saying versus, like directly to you, and it's a full conversation, versus you cherry picking like the best 15 or 30-second snippet. I like having interviews because you get to see like, yo, years later, this guy really still has a great relationship with these people. I've made people lots and lots of money, and my frameworks work, and it's useful for me to show that live. And if you're somebody who's a coach or consultant, and you've made people lots of money, you've gotten people to great outcomes, maybe it's health, whatever it is, choose an interview over a testimonial every single time, because an interview feels more authentic. It's a longer conversation. And if you can do a live interview too, and let your people tune in and hear from them, maybe even ask them questions about what it's like working with you, that is a really valuable thing. And I don't see many people use interviews during their launch process, but you'll see me do that. And you'll also see me leverage those interviews to then become emails that go out to those videos, and see how those things get placed on social media as well. So again, y'all are going to see front and center stage 1, launch the Facebook group, private sandbox launch. Stage 2, what I call a pre-launch. That'll be just the Facebook group and the email list, where stage 1 is just the Facebook group. Stage 3 is the public early bird launch, which is Facebook, email list, and social media. And stage 4 is the full public launch, which is to everybody, and the price points are different. At each one of those stages, the price points go up, and the bonuses go away a little bit. So it's meant to have everybody see You could have bought on day one and you're waiting. Offer's still good, but it's not as good as it was yesterday. You waited again. Now day three, the offer's still good, but it's not as good as it was yesterday or the day before. So it's a layered launch process that has people feel so much FOMO, fear of missing out, by the time you get to the end of it, that even if they've waited to the end, they're still getting a great deal, but they're like, man, I should have bought on day one. It is an evidence-based launch. It is an authority-based launch. It is a social proof-based launch, which is why I tend to focus on people, at least in the partner launch programs, people who are seasoned experts. So if you're not a seasoned expert, my programs are not for you. You know, my programs are for people who do this every day, whatever that this is for them. And all they're missing, they got a framework, they got a signature talk. All they're missing is the process, a defined process to take their system or their framework and put it online and attract the right audience, sell that audience without them having to show up and do anything, and have that happen again and again and again. And when they're on stages in front of rooms, be able to naturally send people to some site that automatically moves them through a sales process and puts money in their bank account without them having to do more work. That is what I searched for so many years. I couldn't find it, so I built it. And it took a long time to really narrow it down and get it working right. But now it is really, really seamless. So 2024, I'm going to be doing a whole lot more of these launch partnerships and showing it because, one, it is amazing to take somebody who is the expert's expert, like the best kept secret, and illuminate them and have them not be that secret anymore, blow it up and allow them to continue doing what they do without adding more work, without adding more labor. That feels so good to be able to do, and it's lucrative too. So I'm excited about being able to shine a spotlight on folks, but also to make good money in the process. So y'all are going to get front and center over the next week, two, I don't know how long, as I show you three separate launches of programs. All right, so that is our Amplify Daily for the day, walking through the overview, what I'm going to show you over the next few days. I hope y'all tune in because I'm telling you, this is getting ready to be good over the next couple weeks. All right, y'all. If you got anything that you are planning on launching, a program, product, service, I'm telling you, do not miss out. And if you have questions, email me your questions after you watch the video, after you get the Amplify Daily emails, and I'll try to cover some of those questions video to video if y'all are engaged in asking me things. Y'all take it easy. Talk to you tomorrow.